Freaks, it's Wednesday, June 14th, 2023. Coming up on the program today, my girlfriend makes and sells used chewed-up gum jewelry. Plus, it's hard to talk yourself out of a DUI after you hit 3 cars, including a police cruiser, a 2-block-a-day cheese habit, and America is masturbating to Zelda. Distorted View Daily proudly presents great moments in bad gay porn.
What's the matter, kid?
I have to call the police. The demolition guy next door raped me when I was delivering the paper.
Oh, that's terrible.
Ouch! My ass really hurts.
Listen, I'm a doctor. Why don't you drop your pants and let me take a look?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. I might be able to help. You're pretty swollen. It's practically inside out.
Ouch! That really hurts, doctor.
How does this feel?
Better. Much better. Thank you, Dr. Rains, but it still hurts.
Then you'll have to come back tomorrow for a follow-up exam.
Okay. The demolition guy next door raped me.
It's the Distorted View Show with Tim Henson.
If I were to molest somebody, I definitely would have done anal no matter what.
Don't get AIDS.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes my bitch ass sissy pussy quiver.
Yes, Timothy James Henson back here with you for the Wednesday edition of DV. Have a fantastic one for you today. Real quick, at the top of the program, I just want to take 1 minute and give you a television recommendation. Now, you know I am a sucker for awful reality television shows. You give me a morbidly obese person who can't even get out of bed, or an ugly person looking for love, I'm there. I love to see people who are worse off than me suffering. Does that make me a bad person? Honestly, I don't watch a lot of reality television, though, because Lord Douche hates the stuff. I know. I don't even know why I'm with this guy. We're so polar opposites. I'm screaming across the house. I'm like, Lord Douche, come in here quick. Check out this troll-looking motherfucker with no neck trying to marry this foreign girl who has bad breath. I mean, that's the height of television for me. You can't get any better than that, right? And Lord Douche is like, no thanks. I'm going to go play my Star Trek mobile game. He is on this thing constantly. He has poured hundreds of hours into, I don't even know what it's called, Star Trek Command Fleet. That's his current obsession. Sometimes he wakes up in the middle of the night to mine resources or something. He's got like a whole little team, like real people across the world that are playing this game, and he's always filling me in on the drama of his squad. He's like, Alpha Dong acts like he's the leader, but he can't even organize a raid, and he's level 34. Meanwhile, I'm only a level 20, but I'm so powerful I can take down level 40s. I'm like, please stop. You're getting me too hot. The pre-cum is dripping out of my dick hole as you regale me with stories of taking down Klingon birds of prey or predator birds or whatever the fuck those ships are called. This is the same guy who gives me shit for being on TikTok too much. I literally said, all right, whip out your phone, big boy. Let's compare screen time. Because, you know, Apple can track how long you're in these apps for. We'll compare my TikTok usage to your Star Trek game use. For the week. I had like 45 minutes total time for the week on TikTok. By the way, that was a total fluke. I must have forgot I had the app or something, because normally it would be way more than that. But okay, it worked out to my advantage here. Meanwhile, Lord Douche had 2,000 hours in the game. I don't even know how that's possible. It was ridiculous. But, it did shut him the fuck up for a while. So, yeah. What the hell was I talking about? Television shows. I don't know how I got off on this little tangent here. Oh, I would probably watch way more reality television if it weren't for Lord Douche. Lord Douche hates the genre. Let me amend that. He hates reality shows when I'm watching it. Like when I discover something. He's like, you're just, you're reveling in the misfortune of others. These poor people. It's sad more than anything. And I'm like, it's like you don't even know me. It's like, yeah, that's kind of my whole thing here. That's what makes me tick. The thing is, though, he'll stumble on a television show just as awful and then try to get me to watch it. This time it worked. He was like, I want you to watch this show. Now, many of you may have heard of it, may have seen it. I think it was like a big thing for a while during the pandemic because everyone was stuck at home. I, as always, am late to the party on these things, but it's a little TV show called Too Hot to Handle. There's my queen, Lana. Now, at least with the shit I watch, there's an ultimate goal here. 90 Day Fiancé. I want to see if these idiots get together, and get married. 600-pound life. I want to see if these monster ham beasts lose weight. They're trying to better themselves, I guess. That's what I tell myself anyway. On the show Too Hot to Handle, the idea is you just get a bunch of pretty dumb people on the beach. For the first 24 hours, you just watch them salivating over each other. And I'm gonna fuck this bitch real good. That's what all the guys are saying, basically. Like they're just circling the women, and the women are all horny too. My pussy's gonna get wrecked. Take a number, boys. And then right after that 24-hour mark, everyone hears the ominous sound. That's the host of the show, who's not even real. It's like, an artificial intelligence cone. It literally is like a speaker in the shape of a cone, and her name is Lana. And it's at that moment she announces, all you sad motherfuckers are really on a reality show called Too Hot to Handle, where the whole purpose is to not fuck. And every time you kiss, grind, give hand jobs, blow jobs, anal, what have you, you lose money. And you all have to abstain from fucking, including masturbation, by the way. You can't even self-gratify for like a month. And the stupid AI voice is like, we are trying to help you foster more real relationships, so you stop having one-night stands, flings, and meaningless sex. So how is Lana going to accomplish that? By putting 10 incredibly sexy, horny, stinky singles in 5 beds. They all have to share a bedroom. Right? There's only a few beds. That means you gotta bunk up, but no touching is allowed. Then, like every night, there's like a themed little party going on full of alcohol. Like, it's just a recipe for disaster. I've watched 2 seasons, 2 complete seasons. I think there's 4 so far. And what I've noticed is there's usually a rule break within the first 24 hours. And once there's one rule break, then the other people in the cast are like, well, why can't I get a hand job? This guy got one. He's got some release, so now he can sort of make it through the next few weeks. I gotta clean the pipes, man. And so then there's another rule break and another rule break. By the end of the first few days, the prize money has dropped by like $25,000. It starts at $100,000. At one point, it gets down to like $30,000. That's $70,000 worth of infractions. There's hand jobs, just full-blown sex, masturbation. I mean, these people have absolutely no self-control whatsoever. They're also all incredibly dumb. Every single person during their first interview is like, I don't want a relationship. I just love sex. That's all I'm here to do is hit some booty. And then, like, within a day or two, some of the women are like, Trevor and I had an amazing night last night. Yes, we broke the rules a little. There was some kissing and fondling, but it was totally worth it because I think I'm making a meaningful connection. He is my everything. Like, wait a second. You just got on the island like less than a week ago. And then a day later, she's like, I don't even know Trevor anymore. He's acting like a totally different person. He's not treating me like he used to. And I'm like, used to? You mean when he first introduced himself to you because you are still complete fucking strangers? It is a wild show. And it's one of those where you can't stop watching, yet you hate everyone. Like, everyone in the cast, you're like, I can't believe this is a real person that exists on this earth. When they're not on television, how do they not immediately die taking a bath? I didn't think to keep my head above the water. No one tells you that's what you're supposed to do. It's so funny because, like, after the newness wears off, after a couple days, all the guys and the girls, start to, like, pair off. And you really think, okay, maybe they're going to try to forge a real relationship here. But then, inevitably, what happens is new cast members arrive on the beach. And the second there's some new pussy, as soon as these guys catch a whiff of fresh cunt, I guess. All bets are off once again. It's like, things are moving kind of fast. I'm not sure I'm ready to commit. Maybe we should slow things down and get to know some other people before I settle down. And then, they're trying to fuck around. More rule breaks. It's so good and so stupid. And I hate Lord Douche for introducing me to the show. I hate the fact that I like it. Lord Douche just looks at me and he's like, you are loving this. And then I curse him. He knows I love the show because I start screaming at the TV. Oh, you stupid fucking bitch. He's horny. He's going to say whatever he wants to get into your pants, you twat. He doesn't love you. I mean, the girls are gushing. Meanwhile, they're hitting on other girls, taking showers with them behind her back. Oh, the worst thing. Okay, real quick. I have to get this off my chest because it's the thing that drives me crazy about this show. Anytime there's a rule break, the next day, Lana, the cone-shaped AI, gets everyone together, and then she's like, last night, there was a rule break. These dumb motherfuckers never admit to it, though. Like, after it happens, they never tell their fellow castmates, whatever. Dude, I fucked up. I accidentally kissed Kayla. Or, she gave me a hand job. They always try to get away with it. Maybe Lana, the AI machine, won't say my name. Or maybe she didn't see what happened. Even when, she's about to reveal, she's like, there was a rule break that is going to result in $23,000 being taken away from the pot. Everyone is like, who did it? Did you do it? No. What about you, Trevor? No one fesses up to it. It always gets revealed, though. And it's hilarious because when they break the rules, the person breaking the rules is always like, I have no regrets. I'd do it again. It was worth it. I think I'm really forging a strong relationship with Belinda. We took it to the next level. Everyone else can fucking suck it. But then when someone else breaks the rules, they're like, fuck, you just cost me $10,000, asshole. Oh, it's so fucking dumb. I hate that. I loathe the fact that I enjoy that stupid show. That being said, I am going to savor the next 2 seasons I have, and I'm happy to announce Netflix has renewed the show, so I've got a 5th season on the way too. You know what I will be doing this summer. Not going out to a beach and having lots and lots of sex, but I'm going to watch people on television go to a nice beach resort and have lots and lots of sex. That's all I can do. That's all I have, freaks. All right, let's get into some audio. Speaking of watching Love Blossom, I believe a freak in the Discord provided a link to an episode of Dating Different. I think we've featured this series on the podcast once or twice before. This show simply follows weirdos going on dates with other weirdos. Now, I know the freak who posted this in the Discord wanted me to make fun of these individuals, but honestly, this date ends up kind of being endearing. I'm totally okay with a couple of circus oddities hooking up, sharing their life together. Like, they're not hurting anyone. They're just weird. And freaks, come on, we're all weird in our own special ways, right? To get an idea of what we're dealing with here, you really need to look at the chapter artwork or featured image over there at distortedview.com. This girl from head to toe is colored like a rainbow. Her entire head, her hair is rainbow colors. She has a rainbow painted across the bridge of her nose, teal eyeshadow, big red blotches around her cheeks, red nose, clothes that has, multicolored polka dots, rainbows, bright colors, bracelets. It's like Lisa Frank vomited up her entire art studio.
I would describe my look a little bit of emo, a little bit of scene, a little bit of goth, a little bit of punk, a little bit of...
anything weird looking. That box is ticked.
I'm non-binary and I identify as queer.
I think anyone that saw her would just immediately come to that conclusion. It's almost like you don't have to say anything there. Honestly, I'm surprised you don't identify as a rainbow. I kind of thought that's where that was going. My pronouns are Ray and Sunshine.
I've been single for about a year, but just recently I started dating someone, but I'm polyamorous.
Everyone who is single needs to hear this. This chick looks like a 4-year-old girl's closet diarrheaed all over her, and she not only has somehow beat the odds and obtained a girlfriend, but now she wants a second. She thinks that's in the cards for her. Well, she's going to be going on a blind date, and here is the woman that is going to meet her for lunch.
Hi, my name is Mizan. I'm 24, and I'm an artist from Brooklyn.
Now, she looks way more normal, so already I think there's trouble in paradise here. May not be a love connection. She does have multicolored hair, but it's actually kind of cool. It's like dark red on one side and then yellow and mossy green on the other. It's, it's still strange, but it's not as extreme as the first chick.
I would say my style is kind of like clown grandpa vibes.
I take what I said back. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a love connection. Polyamorous rainbow meets clown grandpa. How could they not fall in love, right? Let's see how their initial meeting goes.
You look so amazing.
So do you.
Oh my goodness. I love your hair.
All right, so first impressions were positive. Let's see how the conversation goes.
I brought my frog with me.
And she whips out a frog. Typical first date move, Well, let's see how Rainbow Sprite reacts to the frog.
It's real.
Your frog?
Yeah, my friend got me this. I'll just sleep in my room.
It's crazy because that's my artist name is literally Frog Lady.
Oh my god, I love frogs. Are like my animal that I connect with.
Me too.
Once again, beating the odds. Both of these ladies' spirit animal just happens to be frogs. I wouldn't even bother ordering food at this point. Just go home and start scissoring. It's bound to happen. You guys were meant for one another.
Well, tell me about yourself.
Well, I make funky jewelry. This is my chewed gum.
In addition to bringing a frog with her on this date, she also brought some chewed up gum that she turned into a necklace. Now, confetti cake over here can't possibly be into chewed gum as well, right? What are the odds? If she says she's into it, she's like, oh my God, I love chewed gum art. She's lying. She just wants to get laid. It's like the contestants on Too Hot to Handle. They'll say anything just to get a taste of that sweet, sweet punani. I smell a rule break brewing, and it smells like...
Pussy Joe!
Yes, Lana. And Alexis K. Tyler. Oh my God, they need to have Alexis K. Tyler on Too Hot to Handle. Not as a contestant, but they have all these workshops. They're all about getting in touch with your pure sexuality and feelings and shit. And a lot of those contestants on Too Hot to Handle, they need some vagina power. They need to pilot the pussy. Because right now, their pussies are piloting them. And those cunts are like dick-seeking missiles. It hones right in on cock. I'm sorry, I gotta stop talking about Too Hot to Handle. Let's get back to the date here.
Well, I make funky jewelry. This is my chewed gum. I have a chewed gum collection, so I love to I have a bunch of collections, like troll collection, dead bug collection.
I almost understand the dead bug collection more than I understand the chewed up gum collection. Unsurprisingly, Lady Crayola is totally on board with it all.
First of all, the frog. But also I collect
rainbow
stuff too. Yeah. I collect stuff too. I have a lot of stuffed animals.
No used tampons. She seems like she's more into cutesy stuff. Although festooned on her walls, in addition to rainbow butterflies, there's pictures of deformed people and stuff, so I don't know what the hell we're dealing with. The ladies here start talking about their dating past, and it is not hot in the least.
I don't like dating apps, bro. I don't like dating apps. One of my friends, he'll FaceTime me and he'll be like, bro, I just went on 2 dates in one day.
Oh my God, I literally did that in February.
I mean, there is some flow to their conversation. There's no awkward pauses. They're actually talking, but
because I threw up on the first date, and then I kissed her and then I threw up, and then she saw me puking on the sidewalk while she was getting in her Uber, and then she texted me, could we just be friends? And then I was running on my way to the other date and throw up was flying out of my mouth huge chunks.
Do you think the vomit was the reason why she was can we be friends?
Probably had something to do with it. I feel vomit dating horror stories is more of a second date thing. Keep it light and fun for your first meeting. There's a pause in this date so they can talk to the camera crew here about how they feel things are going.
I think it's going really well, actually.
For the vomit story.
I really like her. We have a lot of things in common.
Mostly our love for chewed up gum and frogs. That's a solid foundation for a relationship, if you ask me. Well, it's time to get back to the date, and Princess Skittleclit is about to drop a bombshell.
Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't tell you this yet, but I'm polyamorous.
Uh-oh. There may be trouble in paradise, although, let's be honest, these two are on quite the same page already. There's like a 90% chance her date is going to be like, yeah, that's cool, I'll try it.
Yeah, I'm polyamorous. I'm currently dating one person.
Oh my God, I'm also dating one person.
Oh, of course! How perfect! Again, if you're single, I want you to take a real hard look at yourself. There is something seriously wrong with you. You are just fucking unlovable. If you can't find someone, but these two freaks of nature can. Life is so bizarre.
Do you think you'll see each other again?
Yes.
I think that we'll see each other again, yeah.
Wow, a rare happy ending to a Distorted View segment. I don't like this. This is so foreign to me. Make it stop. Ooh, quick, someone decapitate someone. Or vomit up jizz or something. Come on. Something Distorted View-like. Ew. I feel so dirty right now. Well, there you go. A happy little blind date. Let's move on. Oh, I've got some great police body cam footage of a drunk driver. The police noticed she was driving erratically, pulled her over, the car stopped, and then began to reverse. And not like in that roll back kind of way. She put the car in reverse, hit the police car, and more importantly, hit some cars that were parked on the side of the road. That's where the drunk driver's car stopped. So when the police actually walk up to this woman's window, her car is touching another person's car, the car that she hit, right on the side of the road.
Are you guys injured at all?
We're not. I'm sorry. It was in park. I literally don't know why it was doing that. We have the emergency brake on. I don't know. We had it in park because we saw you coming over. We pulled it in park and it was rolling backwards. He can vouch. You
know how cars have a tendency to just drive any way they want to, even when your car is in park and the emergency brake is engaged. Already, obviously, she's lying.
Okay, you just hit a bunch of cars and us.
Yeah, we didn't hit any cars.
Yeah, you're crashing into a car right now.
We literally didn't hit.
You hit my car.
Like, your car is literally pressed up against another vehicle right now. How can you say you didn't hit a car?
You're not going to be able to get out.
I mean, I am going to be able to get out.
No, you will. I'm just saying, I don't think he'll be able to get out, so I'm going to have you stay in right now, okay?
Yeah, the passenger can't get out, can't open the door.
So no one's injured?
No one's injured. Okay. We're not trying to cause any problem.
I live right up here.
We live around the corner.
So the cop asks for identification and explains, why she started to notice this car and pull her over.
And you did a big turnaround and you went facing the wrong way towards me?
We were just trying to do a U-turn.
We're doing a U-turn to get up here. That was literally all we were trying to do.
We just wanted to park.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, that's my wrong. I'm sorry. You said ID. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she handed her a debit card instead of her identification.
Nervous.
Easy mistake. The police eventually tell her, look, the car's going to be towed. You can't drive it. And that's when things take a turn for the worse.
I'm going to have to get away from this car eventually.
No, I'm just going to have you guys step out of the car just because I don't know if this car is safe to roll back.
You're going to tow this car over us hitting their mirror? You're going to tow this car over us hitting their mirror?
I'm talking about you exiting the vehicle.
So what I'm asking, though, is... No. I'm being serious. I'm allowed to ask a cop a question about what we're doing. So am I driving this car away?
As of right now, you're not. I'm still talking to you.
So you can talk to me. What you're saying is that you want me to get out of the car and not drive my car away. What I would like to do is to be able to drive my car away so I can get to work in the morning, because if you take my car, I will not be able to get...
You can already tell where this is heading, right?
So I'm pretty sure your back tire is also damaged.
Okay, great. So can I take care of that myself and you just, get my car away from there? People park it wherever the... I would rather not have you pay for it because I'm not going to be able to afford that. I can already not... No, I'm sorry. I'm freaking out. I cannot afford this. I can't afford the ticket I'm about to get. I cannot afford any of this shit. And the reason I hit their car is because I panicked because the fucking lights were on.
Take a deep breath.
No, I'm freaking out.
I understand. But I want to try and help you not...
car away from here.
It should be noted also that the police officer smelled alcohol on her breath too. So I mean, she's obviously intoxicated.
Because I'm pretty sure that their car is going to be fine if I can just get the away from here, get to my place. You can do whatever you want. I need to be able to get to work in the morning. Do not tow my car.
Okay, right now I'm not
so much work for me.
Right now, I'm not even talking about that.
I can't do this. I'm already freaking. I'm trying not to. I'm freaking out. I cannot.
She is failing miserably at the not freaking out thing.
I cannot do this.
You know, ironically, what would probably calm her down? A nice Long Island iced tea. Somehow I don't think the cops are going to provide one to her, though. Anytime the cops try to speak to her calmly, things just don't go well.
Everything is tearing me down. I can't do this. I cannot afford this.
Okay, so I just have to make sure you're safe. Aurora, can you listen to me?
I'm safe. I'm fine.
I understand that.
So, you know, the drunk girl just wants this all to stop. She wants all her problems to go away. She wants this to be over with, right? Unfortunately, everything she does just sort of escalates the situation. What do I mean by that? Well, she tries to quickly get out of the car and run away from the cops. That's not going to help her situation. Now, as you guys know, there is a passenger in the vehicle. The passenger ain't helping the situation either, because she jumps over the console and starts to fight with the cops physically. So it's like a full-on melee at this point.
What do I need to do? I'm going to have you with me and my partner. I'm going to have you exit the car.
And she's taken off.
You get back! Get back! Off of me! I'm going to get off of me! Let me go!
I'm saying that the passenger is female, but it looks like a guy to me.
Stop resisting! Let me go! Get on the ground!
I think she's going to come out of this whole thing looking pretty good. I mean, if she thought a traffic ticket was going to be expensive, now, I mean, you got to factor in court costs and lawyers, I think, now.
Hey, what are you doing? Why?
Not for what? Why? Get on your face!
So the passenger who is saying, why? It sounds like a guy, but they're saying it's a female, so let's go with female. The female passenger gets tasered. Because they're both acting so violent, something called a spit hood had to be placed on their heads, right? So they wouldn't try chewing or spitting at the cops. So now, this is what she sounds like in the back of the car.
Guys, I'm not an animal. I'm not gonna hurt you guys. Look at me. I'm 130 pounds.
Well, you already tried. That's why you got the spit hood on.
You guys, you can deal with a little Lex scrape. Look what you've done to me. Who's gonna pay for the shit you did to me?
At one point, the hood either comes off or is taken off, and she pleads with the officers to leave off the hood. She can't do anything. She's just like a 120-pound girl. Please take off the restraints. And, immediately she kicks the cops. So one officer had to go to the hospital for minor injuries. Meanwhile, she's
Criminalizing me for it. I told you not to do it. I told you not to. I told you to lock me hands and arms up. I asked you not to put fucking hand on my head.
kind of hard to hear what she's saying, but she's just sort of thrashing about, wondering why she didn't get her way when she specifically told cops that she did not want to be handcuffed or restrained. None of this would have happened if they would have just did what she said. It's really their fault. Police searched this woman's car, found marijuana and something called a one-hitter in it.
Let's see if he'll be chill first. What's his name?
Let's see if she's gonna be chill. They're gonna try to open the police car and let her out. Are you fucking dumb?
I really am trying to do good. I really am.
Hi.
I mean this from the bottom of my heart.
I understand.
Okay, Julia is totally a guy here. Has stubble, facial hair. I don't know why they keep calling her a girl.
Start over, okay? My name.
I mean, I guess I know why.
Officer Shaw. What's your name?
I'm Julius.
Julius.
It's Julius. He said Julius, not Julia.
Officer Shaw. What's your name?
I'm Julius.
Julius.
Yeah, Julius. But they keep referring to him as Julia.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You know,
he's not trans. He just can't enunciate properly.
Identify him, her. How do you identify?
He, his, him.
He, his, him.
Thank you for asking.
Okay.
Oh, even the cops are woke now. By the way, do you see how little fucking effort that took? All these people freaking out over pronouns and stuff. The cops just like, hey, what do you want to be referred to as? Him, her? Like, what are you? Julia, Julius? I think the rest of the arrest is pretty uneventful.
My life and my arms got let me out of this car.
She wants to be out of the handcuffs.
Please, someone be on my fucking team. Let me out of the box.
Someone be on my team. Meanwhile, she still has no clue why she's going to jail.
Tell me for what? No, tell me the reason why I'm allowed to know why I'm going to jail. Why?
Educated member of society who's never had any priors, has no threat to society. The only threat I posed was the officer who put her knee on the ground to put me on the ground. I'm not a threat to society. Get your priorities straight, you fucking cops.
I'm sure part of this is the alcohol talking, and as soon as she sobers up, she'll realize what she did. This is probably about an hour later at the police station.
Don't tell me it was because of me that I ended up here. That's fucking bullshit.
She might still be a little drunk. Actually, the whole time she's at the police station, she doesn't calm down.
Walk away. Okay. Or stand there and look at me fine, but I'm going to yell at you because it's not illegal to yell at you. I'm mad and I'm allowed to be mad. You guys did not follow my rights. And if you did, fine. It's a fucked up system that doesn't actually give a shit about me. Nobody told me why I was here. So I've been sitting in the back of your car with my hands and legs bound for an hour.
Ultimately, surprise, surprise, she was found guilty of battery, OWI. She had $1,600 in fines, although I think most of the fines were dropped. Mystery solved, though, regarding Julius. Even though Julius said he was a man and went by he, him, according to the police, I guess he must have changed his story at some point because he's a transgender male, goes by the name Julius and Julia, and he was charged with resisting obstructing an officer. He pled no contest, which is pretty much, he was guilty of that. So there you go. I like how we got in a pride angle even with this police arrest. I wasn't expecting that. Distorted View Daily continues to shine a spotlight on the LGBTQ community throughout the month of June. Ting! And with that, let's get into the crazy, bizarre twist to the fucked up news right up. If you would like even more Distorted View Daily and better yet, support this program so we can continue doing whatever the hell this is, become a member of the Sideshow. Check out superfreaksideshow.com. Every week I do brand new exclusive shows just for paying members, typically on Tuesday and Thursday. Yesterday was a Sideshow exclusive one, and I'll be doing another episode just for members tomorrow. It's a great time to sign up. Memberships are very inexpensive, only $6.99 a month. Even less when you opt for a quarterly, semi-annual, yearly, or lifetime membership. It gets that price down to like $5 something a month. Super cheap, and you get so much. You get a personalized RSS feed. It works with most podcasting apps, and you'll get all the exclusive shows there. If you happen to use Spotify or Apple Podcast, you can sign up for Sideshow access right in those apps. If you go that route, you don't even have to go to the website. You'll just get all of the Sideshow episodes right in the same feed that the normal episodes of DV come in. Again, if you go that route, just follow the links over there in Spotify or Apple Podcasts. You can even pay with Apple Pay. Pretty cool. For more information, check out DistortedView.com and SuperFreakSideshow.com. One final way to support DV, we've got a Patreon account, Patreon.com/DistortedView. You can pledge as little as $1 over there. Every little bit helps. If you pledge at least $5, which I encourage, you'll get access to a special voicemail line where I will play your calls first. And yes, we do have some patrons checking in today. You'll have to wait to hear those because we've got some news stories to get into. First up, I love cheese. Don't get me wrong. I'm a cheese fanatic. I like the type of cheese that you sprinkle on stuff. You know, your Parmesan or your Romano cheese. Love all that. I love slices. I love chunks, cubes, everything except blue cheese. And I'm not a fan of just eating such vibrant mold. But the rest of it, you know, I love. I've even written songs about it.
Processed cheese, so good it makes me drop to my knees. Processed cheese, dairy farmers love the cows. Oil, water, cheese, wow, processed cheese.
I mean, you know you're dealing with someone who really loves cheese when he can write a song, an ode to processed cheese, which is like the fakest kind of cheese when you think about it. I still love it, though. I don't think I love it as much as the guy featured in our first story here. A man who is addicted to cheese has spent over $75,000 on cheddar alone over the years and manages to get through at least 2 blocks of cheese every day. I am so curious as to what the hell he's shitting out in the toilet. His turds might actually break the bowl, crack that porcelain right in half. It's got to be like cinder blocks pushing through that sphincter. Mark King, 54, will put an entire block of cheese onto a sandwich. He says he would eat the goddamn thing 4 times a day. 4 cheese block sandwiches. If only that bitch wife of his, 49-year-old Tracy, would let him. She doesn't. The couple claims that doctors insist that Mark, a woodyard worker from Maidstone, Kent, over there in the UK, is perfectly healthy. And the dad of 4 even boasts a 6-pack. Yeah, I'm going to need to see evidence of that. He'll eat cheese with every fucking meal, but he skips macaroni and cheese and cauliflower cheese because they're not cheesy enough for him. I mean, you can't get cheesier than mac and cheese, right? He's eating the wrong brand. You need to eat that Velveeta. I know that's not technically real cheese, although I bet you Mark considers it cheese. Cheese products count. You get those Velveeta shells, those are pretty cheesy. Quote, my husband probably eats the most amount of cheese that's humanly possible. He has 2 packs a day. He's got a 2-pack-a-day habit? And we're not talking about cigarettes? This is fucking bonkers. He has 2 packs a day. He would eat a lot more, but I've calmed him down. It got a bit out of control, to be honest. That's according to Tracy, a former cleaner, and his wife, I guess. I did a video on my TikTok account, and it got millions of views and thousands of comments saying he's going to have a heart attack and all of that because of the cheese. He's very healthy. I don't think he would have a heart attack. He's muscular. I took him to the general practitioner for bloods and all that, and everything came back perfect. Some people are just built to eat blocks of cheese, apparently. I wish I was built for that. Maybe you can condition your body, work up a cheese tolerance or whatever. The GP said because he's been eating it for so long, it's like he's acclimatized to it. So exactly what I was thinking. Hashtag life goals. When we met 25 years ago, he was doing these sandwiches. His favorite is just a block of cheese in between 2 pieces of bread. So technically it is a sandwich, but barely. That's like a sandwich by technicality. He cuts it up. He has it with mayonnaise and white pepper. Okay, well now it's becoming more of a sandwich. He's eaten 4 in a day before. Tracy insists that while now she thinks it's a bit peculiar, initially she didn't think twice about her husband's cheese intake because he's always lived that way. How is this news story still going on? This is really long. A really long news story that can be boiled down to man likes cheese. There's no side effects. He's very muscular. He's nearly 55 and he's got like a 6-pack. I don't understand it. It makes me ill immediately. I can't eat cheese at all. Be funny if she suffers from like IBS. She's lactose intolerant. He probably wouldn't mind. More cheese for him, right? We worked it out. Just recently, where we've moved to, there's a shop near us. We were buying a couple of blocks of cheese a day, and now we're trying to get it down to 1 a day. Tracy explained that Mark would spend around 7 pounds a day on cheese, which is like, what, $14 each and every day, adding up to about $3,100 a year or $75,000 since I've known him. Tracy continued, look, he doesn't smoke. That could be 20 pounds a day. So this addiction is actually costing us less. I paraphrase that, of course. He won't eat macaroni and cheese. He doesn't like pasta. Yeah, pasta's not cheesy enough. He doesn't like nachos either. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Oh, she says here cheese sauces do not appeal to him. Well, there goes my Velveeta theory. Everyone calls him the Cheese King on TikTok now. People recognize us in the street and go, oh my God, it's the Cheese King. All hail Cheese King. Cheese, glorious cheese.
Cheese, glorious cheese. So sumptuous and luscious.
I mean, think about how they were trying to market cheese back in the 80s by calling it sumptuous. Oh, cheese is so luscious. It's so fucking bizarre.
Cheese, marvelous cheese.
Makes everything scrumptious. What else is so versatile? Real cheese is always...
Everybody now, it's cheese, marvelous cheese, versatile cheese, glorious cheese.
Real thin with real cheese.
Yes, cheese. You need more cheese in your diet. All right, there you go. Second story we have for you today. I don't want to mislead anyone here. This next story wasn't like published in the New York Times or Wall Street Journal. This news story came from Mashable. I don't even know if they consider themselves to be news, but okay, it's legit. They have stats. I'm going to go with this. For the past month or so, I have been obsessed with the new Zelda game. I'm still playing it. I am taking my time because just like with Breath of the Wild, I didn't want the game to end. I don't want to rush anything. I want to enjoy it because I know I'll never be able to experience it with fresh eyes again, right? So I'm savoring it because it's so sumptuous and luxurious, or whatever the fuck cheese is. Zelda is my cheese. Anyway, having a blast with it. I have beat 3 of the, whatever you want to call them, bosses, regional phenomena. I'm holding off doing the 4th one, and I know that there's other stuff that comes after it before, the big boss battle, obviously Ganon. Before I do that, like I said, I'm taking my time doing the shrines and labyrinths and missions, side quests, and all that shit. I'm having a blast. And so are a lot of you. Even when you're not playing the game, you're having a blast. Or to be more specific, your penis is blasting lots of sperm in relation to Zelda and Link, you fucking perverts. Yes, Zelda search terms have skyrocketed on porno thanks to the release of Tears of the Kingdom. Recently, Pornhub has released its Zelda Insights, basically stats and graphs all about the game and how it relates to Pornhub searches. The results are surprising and not surprising at all. So shortly before the game was released, the word was 357% more popular than compared to an average period. On release day, that figure was about 400%. By May 15th, Zelda had a whopping 1,477% increase in popularity on Pornhub. I wish my dick would make that noise every time I got an erection. There's got to be some way I could rig that up, right? Using a tiny little speaker or something. Anyway, characters and other specific terms also heightened in popularity. There was this character in Breath of the Wild named Pora. I think it's Pura, something like that. And in Breath of the Wild, she looks like a little kid. Lolly porn. I don't know if people were searching for her back when, Breath of the Wild was released, but they're searching for her now. Because, her whole deal is she's a scientist, and she made herself look like a little kid, even though she's 90 years old or something. That's very deceitful. You're only going to catch creeps when you do shit like that, right? So in this new game, she manages to concoct something to make her look a little bit older. So now she is probably in her 20s. It looks like she's in her 20s. Still, it's just like a 90-some-year-old woman. You guys are all fapping too. Everyone loves her. I've seen so many X-rated scenes with her in it. They're all posted on Twitter. Because, when I first got the game, I wanted to see what people were saying about Tears of the Kingdom. And so I did a search on Twitter and boom, tits and Pora vag consumed my timeline. She saw a massive 42,000% increase in popularity compared to an average day. Another top term with 22,000% increase was Legend of Zelda Rule 34. Of course, Rule 34 means if it exists, there's going to be porn of it. Other top terms include Link and Zelda, Zelda cosplay, Legend of Zelda hentai. Now, less popular, but still kind of concerning, is people searching for Zelda bokoblin. Bokoblins are like these weird dog-looking monsters, little gremlins. They want, apparently people want Zelda to suck their cock. Zelda Ganondorf, Urbosa Zelda hentai, Zelda Great Fairy. Oh, that would be hot, right? Zelda getting it on with one of those horny great fairies that molest Link in the game. They full-on rape him at one point. If you try to upgrade your armor to the max, she will literally grab you and throw you into the pool with her. And then when he comes out, he's all woozy, like they drugged him or something. It's really bizarre. Anyway, apparently there's a lot of Zelda porn on Pornhub, if that's your thing. Finally today, freaks, a lot of us have been in this position. You overslept, or you didn't give yourself enough time, and now you're thinking you're going to be late for your flight. So you got to rush to the airport. And of course, you're rushing through the house, taking a quick shower, taking a shit, throwing all your stuff in your luggage, and you're trying to get out the door. And that's, of course, when you can't find your keys. or your cell phone or something. I think that's what happened with this man. We got a story from Illinois here. He did the best he could. He improvised, and doing so, he committed some crimes, but he really wanted to make that flight. A Southern Illinois man was arrested in Nevada and is facing charges of theft in Williamson County after he allegedly stole a backhoe. Not the fastest mode of transportation, but okay, it was what he saw. It was what was available. He stole a backhoe and he drove it to the airport to catch his flight to the West Coast. Oh, I'm on the edge of my seat. Did he make his flight? According to the Williamson County Sheriff's Office, Timothy J. Baggett rhymes with...
Please welcome Robert Baggett.
Yeah, we've played this clip before. This is a real contestant on Love Connection with Chuck Woolery.
Baggett is rather an odd name.
Yeah, it is an odd name.
Why wouldn't you just change it for television? Change it to Baggins, as in Bilbo or something. Or better yet, have the announcer pronounce it differently. No, it's not faggot, it's Fajot. It's fucking French. And I demand it be pronounced that way. I don't know how that guy made it through high school without blowing his brains out. Well, anyway, we're not here to talk about Robert Faggot. Chuck Woolery really hits that faggot hard, huh? Robert Faggot. We're here to talk about Timothy Baggett. He was arrested in Elko County, Nevada on May 21st, so I guess he did make his flight for charges related to the possession of a stolen vehicle. He was later released. The sheriff's office said Baggett was arrested again on May 22nd in Wells, Nevada, for charges related to the possession of an additional stolen vehicle. Seems to be a pattern of behavior for Mr. Baggett. He's currently being held in the Elko County Jail on a $40,000 bond. On May 23rd, the Williamson County State's Attorney formally filed charges against Baggett for theft over $10,000, which is a Class 2 felony. Williamson County Sheriff deputies were called to the Veterans Airport of South Illinois on Thursday, May 18th, to look into a suspicious incident. A backhoe was parked in the airport parking lot, which was determined to be suspicious in nature. Not a lot of people bringing backhoes to the airport. According to Williamson County Sheriff Jeff Dietrich, soon after the deputies arrived, the owner of the backhoe arrived on scene and said the equipment belonged to his company and it had been parked on a job site. After further investigation, Sheriff Dietrich said Timothy Baggett stole the backhoe and drove it nearly 10 miles to catch a flight at the airport. According to security camera footage, Baggett arrived and parked the backhoe in the airport parking lot. He then walked from the backhoe carrying a guitar case, of course he's a musician, and entered the airport lobby where he got on flight to Portland, Oregon. Sheriff Dietrich said, you hear of people either getting rides from other people, borrowing cars, stealing cars, but a backhoe being stolen from a job site, driven 10 miles to an airport for an individual to catch a flight all the way to the West Coast carrying a guitar, that is unique. So is jerking off to a 90-year-old that looks like a 20-year-old, or eating a block of cheese sandwich. It's all very unique. Uniquely distorted view. Ting! All right, there you go. That, my friends, is your distorted news for Wednesday. Let's do a couple voicemails and get the hell out of here. Love to hear from you freaks. Many ways to contact the show at distortedview.com. I'm all over social media at distortedview on Twitter and Instagram, facebook.com/distortedviewshow. Don't forget, we've got a Discord where all the freaks are hanging out. It's absolutely free. You just need an invite in. I got you covered, though. Go to distortedview.com. Right on the main navigation bar, there's a link to the Discord. You click on that, and you can use that as your invite in. You can join the club and be one of my buddies. Fingering your dick hole is optional. Ting. All right, let's check in with a few patrons
Hey,
here.
Tim, it's VSP again. I remembered now that I squirted out all that diarrhea what I was going to bring up.
Oh, hold on. Okay. Well, VSP called in twice, I guess. Let me play his first call.
God, that was a loud beep. Hey, Tim, it's VSP. I just got in from doing yard work and a really dusty, hot day, so I sound even more horrible than normal. But you keep bringing up Meade and trying to give him artistic advice. Honestly, aside from the fact I really think he's a troll, like that would be what I would bet on. I know you mentioned that. I think you're right about that.
He can't be. It's impossible. I have those thoughts, but in reality, he's not. It's just who he is, you know?
The people that honestly likes his Yankee Doodle-ass music, and I think he should be true to himself.
No.
Maybe he should be less racist and
No, I say less Yankee Doodle dandy music and more racism.
Weird.
We're on complete opposite ends of the spectrum here of what we want from meat.
And, incelish and all of that shit, but assuming he's not a deep cover dedicated comedian or whatever, fuck him as a person, but I like him as an artist.
Oh, so you like his Yankee Doodle dandy music. We've got a real Mead Skelton fan here. Mead, this is the type of person you need to go after.
A fucking artist.
Join his mailing list or something.
I forgot what else I was going to say.
Oh, okay, so then the second call is when he remembered what he was going to say.
I remembered, now that I squirted out all that diarrhea, what I was going to bring up. Speaking of music and Mead Skelton, I was planning on sampling him and making some fat hip-hop beats just to piss him off, because he doesn't like that Negro music or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'll keep you posted.
Oh, yeah, please do. I would love to play that for you, or from you.
Hey, Tim, it's Dogfucker. I just was curious about how your dad was an alcoholic, because I'm dealing with that shit, and I have, the funniest stories.
Well, did I ever say my dad was an alcoholic? I mean, he drank a lot, but he had it under control. It didn't affect his life. He figured shit out. I mean, I don't know if I gave you guys the wrong impression about my father there. It wasn't like he was constantly drinking. He could work a shift, come home, sleep. It's not like he had to drink all the time, but he enjoyed drinking, and it was a recreation for him. I think in some senses of the word, he was probably an alcoholic. But then, when for medical reasons, doctors told him to stop, he stopped pretty much cold turkey. And I know, if you have a hardcore alcohol addiction, that's very dangerous to do, right? Because you could go through withdrawal symptoms. So I don't think my dad ever got to that level, because he didn't suffer from nasty withdrawal.
Got this dude that was
back then men could handle their liquor, is what I'm trying to say. My dad came from a different generation where men were men and could drink,
wielding a knife,
not let it affect their lives negatively.
On meth at the
except for the cirrhosis of the liver or whatever the hell he was suffering from
at the fucking intake room. But I don't know, I was just checking to see how you're doing, and I think you're awesome, and I love your show.
Well, I've got a fan in Dogfucker,
and I hope your diabetes gets taken care of.
Well, thank you, but I don't have that. Did Dogfucker say their dad also is on meth? Did I skim past that? I really should have hovered there for a while. Talked about
Hello,
that.
Tim. Hello, freaks. This is Unicorn Hamster, and this message is for fake Haley's comment. Now, does that sound like I have fucking gooch grease, asshole? And Tim, by the way, fuck you for being taller than me.
Yeah.
Probably most likely you have a bigger dick than me, but at least I still have my foreskin.
Honestly, I wish I had that. Because, if I had some real loose foreskin, some overhang, I could use that in my measurements, Every little bit helps. Count your blessings, uncut men. All right, that is all the time we have on this edition of the show. Want you guys to email me, show@distortedview.com. Distortedview.com is our official website. Voicemail line for you, 206-666-4463. That's 206-66. Oh, God, is it oh, God?
I would say my style is kind of like clown grandpa vibes.
Spread the distortion. STD, tell all your friends about the podcast. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating, a thumbs up, or wherever you could rate and review these shows. I will see you back tomorrow if and only if you're Sideshow members. Otherwise, I'll be back to end the week with the Friday program. Until then, have a great day. Bye, everybody.
Is a secret whole number between 2 and 3.
This has been another excellent podcast from the Scribe Media Group. Learn more at scribe.net.